Today we're talking about follow-up. If you want to make more money from your new leads and existing customers, these are the 4 follow-up systems your business must have. If you're missing even just one, you are leaving money on the table. I call these the Core 4. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jared, and marketing automation is all I do. Every video on this channel is designed to help you solve the one problem of missing out on sales that you could have made. We're going to cover the Core 4 in the same order that a new lead flows through your business, from first contact all the way through post-sale follow-up. The numbers don't lie, guys. When you implement these 4 systems, you could 2, 3, or even 4x your business. We'll start with what I call the Fast 5. These are the items that must happen within the first 5 minutes of a new lead coming into your business. And don't worry, I'm going to give you the tactical as well, so you can implement this as quickly as possible. Now, the way this is laid out, it's the same pattern for each category down the flow chart, so it's easier to understand. We start with who is this for? For Fast 5, this is going to be new opt-ins, lead magnet downloads, anyone who requested information, a quote, specs on a product, or anyone who's booked an appointment. So what do we actually send these people in the first 5 minutes? So for a lead magnet, this is going to be top of funnel info seekers. These people are very valuable. If you can capture top of funnel traffic, you will never go hungry again. Bottom of funnel is great. Yeah, they're ready to buy, but that's only 2% of the market generally. So for lead magnets, you want to deliver via DM. Say if it's an Instagram DM, you can automate those replies. You want to send via email or SMS. That's if somebody opted in on your website or maybe a Facebook lead form, depending on how you have your funnel set up. But the most important thing here is you want to provide a complete solution, a slice to a larger problem. And this is very critical. I'll show you why. Say you give someone a workout plan, everything they need for the next 90 days going to the gym. Once they see that your program's amazing and they're reaching their goals, you can use that success and the trust they've built to upsell them later on a personal coaching program. The whole idea of a lead magnet is to solve one small problem completely, but then bring awareness to a bigger problem that they're going to then need to pay you for to solve for them. And this is the same for an info download. Give them all the information they want, all the specifications, all the pricing you can give them, but then make sure that there's a call to action for them to take the next step to solve the problem that you've shown them they now have. All right, moving on, appointments. If they set an appointment, what are we going to send them? We want to immediately send SMS and email confirmation with cancellation and reschedule links. That's very important. Stuff happens, and if you don't make it really easy for people to change or reschedule their appointments, they're just going to no-show. Now, to reduce no-shows, the appointment confirmation page, absolutely critical. You have to provide value-added content on this page so they know what to expect and how to prepare for the appointment time. The absolute worst thing you can do is simply show them a message that says, "Thank you for booking an appointment." If they booked your appointment through an ad, they're going to be shown boatloads more ads now for the same type of competitors in your space. And now you're going to be competing with them and a bunch of other appointments. You want to make sure that by the time they leave your site, they've got so much value and trust and confidence in what you said you're going to deliver, whatever the transformation is for them, that even if someone knocked on their door and said, "Hey, book with me," they're going to say, "No, I don't want to book with you. I want to book with the other guy." That's what you've got to get them to mentally by the time they're done that appointment booking experience. Do not just let someone schedule on a calendar and tell them thanks for the booking. You will lose tons and tons of money that way. All right, now when do we send these? We're going to send instantly along with any info request confirmations to tell them, "Hey, we got your request." Now for the info request, we want to make sure we send a follow-up on status, and depending on the offer, a pre-screen call if it's necessary, especially in high ticket space. But realistically, you should be pre-screening them in your landing page with your qualification questions. All right, so that's what we're going to send new leads right away with the Fast 5. Our next follow-up system is going to be the no-show recovery. Fairly obvious, this is for people that don't show for their appointments. But before we go chasing people around, we need to stop and think, if this is happening a lot, why aren't the people showing? What's our offer? Is our offer any good? What are the objections that we're handling on our landing page? Are we even handling objections? Because maybe they have questions that other people are answering in their booking calls with them. And ultimately, what value are we really giving for people to book a call with us? Much of this is centralized around your offer. Remember, all marketing does is shine a spotlight on your offer. It doesn't matter what type of Facebook ads you run, what your creatives look like, what your landing page VSL has. Nothing matters if your offer's crap. So you have to start with a grand slam offer, or you're just going to be pushing a boulder up a hill the entire time. All right, so if they don't show for the appointment, first thing we're going to do is call them, leave a nice message with a voicemail and a call to action. I recommend just letting them know that you're going to send them a follow-up with the SMS and the email, and for them to reschedule or rebook from there. In the emails and the SMS, short and sweet, "Sorry we missed you," with the rebook links. All right, so now when do we send this stuff to them? We want to call 5 minutes after the appointment start time to possibly recover the appointment. We want to give enough time that if they just truly were busy and forgot, and they do answer the phone, that if you have a 30 or 45-minute appointment time, there's still enough time for you to actually save the appointment and maybe get the deal closed. The email and text messages are 15 minutes later, because that's basically assuming, all right, this person's not going to show, and so you're going to give them option to try and rebook. That's the logic behind what's going on there. So moving on, next is the Evergreen Nurture. Number 3. So who is this for? Every single person that comes into your business needs to be on an Evergreen Nurture so that you stay top of mind for the next time they're ready to buy, or if they have a referral at some point, they've got a recent drip from you that they can go back to and continue doing business with you. This is one of the most critical things businesses do not implement, and it can give you 10-20% more revenue a year, and you only have to build it once. I have another video on my channel that covers building these campaigns out step by step. I'll link it right here. You can check that out if you want. All right, so what do we send in this Evergreen Nurture? Okay, this is going to be industry-related, value-added, top-of-funnel content. It needs to be top of funnel because there's going to be 2 buckets of people in here. People that have opted in and have downloaded your lead magnet or whatever it may be, and they've never bought from you, so they aren't actually your customers yet. And people that are your customers, you want to make sure that it gives them a wow, aha, that's interesting, didn't know that type of information. That's just like those little dopamine hits. So they actually want to open your email because they're happy to consume the information that's in there. You can do value-added news, seasonal promos, company updates. I will go a little light on the company updates, but either way, these don't need to be novels. You want basically a no-scroll type message so it can fit on one page on the phone screen. So if they open their email, it's all in the hero section. They don't need to scroll down below the fold. 3 to 5 bullets, value-added content, and a CTA. Again, I show how to build these out in my other email campaigns video. All right, and again here, how do we send it? This is going to be email only. We do not want to send this to people's cell phones. This is an email only campaign, long-term nurture, value added. All right, so when do we send this? We want to send this once a week or once every 2 weeks. It depends on how the open rate is. If you're getting a lot of opt-outs, it's probably not because you're sending it more than every week. It's probably because the content quality is low or you're being too salesy. Again, this is not a sales letter. This is a lighthouse on the shore, just sending that beacon out so that whenever they're ready, they know where to go. And lastly, we have our database reactivation. Okay, so who is this for? Database reactivation is a hidden gold mine. This is for existing opt-ins, lead magnets, and customers to get them to buy again from you. The amount of money that most businesses are sitting on in their own customer databases is absolutely insane. So what do we send here? We want to send a customized Grand Slam offer based on what they opted into or whatever they bought. So this is not the Evergreen campaign where there's top of funnel value-added content. This is a direct to offer sales campaign that you have put together something specific that's going out to those people. Now you can automate this so you're not having to put together each email individually. That would be ridiculous. The idea here is you want to try and scrape that data list to try and get as many sales as you can in one fell swoop for all the people that are in your database willing to buy right now, but just don't know that you have an offer available. Right, so how do we send the database reactivation? Now this is critical. You should send via SMS if you are allowed to and you have opt-in permission. But the psychology behind what you send on the text message is not going to be the same as email. It's absolutely critical that you get this right, because if you don't, you're going to get a whole bunch of people sending stop back to you, and you're going to blow up your phone number on the carrier level from even sending messages. This one I give an example for only because it's so important that this is framed correctly. Now you don't have to do this word for word, but the idea is it's short, personal, with a very soft call to action. Something simple. Hey name, this is X with Y. Be personable. Your name, you're with the company. I saw you did whatever they opted into, whatever they downloaded, right? Thought you might be interested in Y. This is your new offer that you just put together for this campaign. If so, just let me know. If not, no worries. Hope your day is going well, right? Because what you don't want to do is trigger someone that if they're not interested, they say stop. You have to say something like, no worries. I hope your day is going well. Whatever it may be to disarm them so they don't feel like they need to stop from future campaigns from hitting them. If you're new to database reactivation and you have 1,000 leads in your system, I highly recommend that you split test the SMS messaging to maybe 100 people at first to see the opt-out percentage. If it's more than 1%, you need to change the messaging. If you haven't reached out to those customers in a very long time, you might not want to do SMS at all, because if they don't remember you, you don't want to blow up your number. So this is, again, there's a lot of psychology and nuance behind the SMS side on database reactivation. So just be mindful of this stuff. For email, it's going to be similar friendly tone, but you can put in optional direct links for them to click on in order for them to go ahead and book or whatever it is. For SMS, do not send links in the first message going out because the deliverability is going to be lower on those. You want to engage in a conversation with people via SMS, not so much necessarily via email, depending on your offer. Now, let's say you don't have SMS opt-in, right? You've got their email address only, and it's illegal for you to try and text them in an automated way. You can do a voicemail drop. This is alternate to SMS. Because what this does is it will send the message via a ringless voicemail to their phone. The phone won't ring. It'll just say you have a new voicemail message. And most people, their phone will show them what the message in the voicemail says, and they'll read that message. So it's like a hack to get around sending an SMS. You can send people a voicemail drop, and it's one more touch point that you can give that person an opportunity to respond to your offer. And lastly, now, when do we send it? For this type of campaign, once a quarter for special offers. If they're a customer of yours, there's no reason you shouldn't be giving them something to come back and buy from you again. And you want to have long-term nurture running in parallel, so that way they don't forget about you in between. People have the attention span of a goldfish. You've got to stay on it. Okay, I know that was a lot. And if you're thinking, how in the world am I going to set all this up? Here's the fastest way to get this set up over the next week. First, if you already have a CRM, I dropped a link to this Miro board in the description. Go into your workflows or campaigns builder, and you can simply follow the chart and build out whichever of the core 4 systems you're missing. Now, if you don't have a CRM or you just want to fast track setting all this up for free, I have partnered with a company called HighLevel and worked a deal with them to give you guys double the free trial length. Normally it's only 14 days, but if you use my link, you get 30 days. Plus, they're going to throw in live onboarding for you. They've already pre-built all the automations. You can literally just drag and drop. There's no code required. I'll put my link for them down below, so either way you can get this set up. Guys, that's all I have for this video. Remember the core 4. Fast 5, first 5 minutes. No-show recovery. Evergreen nurture, and database reactivation. If you like the way I present this information, please share this video so more people can learn. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.